Hi, Year 4 children of Heritage School. This is Alex, and I'm sending this video from beautiful Costa Rica. So we just came to this part of the country by boat, and we're going to talk a bit about the rainforest behind us. This is Christine.
Hello.
So Christine, do you want to say a few things about yourself?
I'm French, but I live in Houston, Texas, in the US, and I've been here for a couple of months now, and I'm going to stay here until the end of the year. So I just love Costa Rica, and I'm experimenting things around here.
Great, Christine. So I've been here for like 5 months now, so we'll try and answer a few of your questions, and then we'll go to ask locals, so they might know a few more things. But first, a few things about Costa Rica. It's a beautiful country in Latin America, Central America. Now as you can see, it's hot right now in Costa Rica. Throughout the year it's hot in Costa Rica.
It is.
It's a different climate than Cyprus, so we don't have 4 seasons here. We just have the wet season and the dry season. So it rains for half of the year and it's dry for half of the year. Right now that it's dry, it's very hot. A bit humid still, but during wet season it gets really, really humid. The temperature is around 30 degrees Celsius throughout the year, so the temperature doesn't really change. And it's a very beautiful country. There's a lot of tourism, and there's a lot of it's a safe country.
It is.
There's a lot of security here. So it brings me to your question on whether the rainforest is dangerous. And the rainforest can get dangerous, right?
It can. They have white cats that they call pumas, I believe. They have different kinds of snakes that are very dangerous as well. But they also have a lot of beautiful animals that are harmless, like monkeys and parrots and toucans, which are beautiful and friendly.
Yeah, so we're hoping to see some like friendly wild animals today. So we'll keep you updated. So what else should we answer? We've talked about the weather, we've talked about the dry season and the wet season, about the rainforest and about the animals here. So more information coming soon.
Pura vida.
Hello children! We're here zip-lining. You'll see them coming as we're talking. So before we get the expert details on the rainforest and the different protective measures they have, we can tell you about our personal experience in the rainforest. So how do you feel, Christine, when you're in the rainforest?
I felt free and happy.
Good. Yeah, it gives you more, like, you're in touch with nature.
Exactly.
And you're more grounded. And it's always good to be grounded. Did you see the people coming back? Yeah. So this is called zip lining. So we got to fly above the rainforest.
That was awesome.
It was. So what other questions you had? You were asking, do you remember other questions before we go to the expert ones?
No, I don't.
Well, Maris, how did you feel when you're in the rainforest?
We heard a lot of different birds and cicadas, a lot of cicadas. It was very peaceful. Felt really good.
Thank you. That reminds me of the question of what you hear when you're in the rainforest.
Yeah,
So I don't know
that's
if you
my
can I don't know if you can hear the sounds. There's birds and there's monkeys, there's howling monkeys, so there's different kinds of monkeys. There's the people that are monkeys, as you can see.
You can hear the wind in the trees. Yes. And a lot of cicadas and birds.
Yeah, there's macaws, there's different kinds of parrots, there's toucans. Okay, and we'll get back to you with the expert knowledge, because as you see, we can only talk from our experience. But we love it here.
We do. We'll come back, for sure.
Hello everyone. So as you've seen, we've gone and seen some dolphins as we were traveling around the Osa Peninsula, which is the region in Costa Rica where I live. And now we're visiting a bird resort, so we'll get to see different birds here, and maybe the expert will be able to tell us some things about the rainforest. Now, just a thing or two that I can add. You asked about the floor, whether there's grass all around. Well, I mean, where I am right now is where the bird resort is, but in general, yes, there is grass, but it's not something that's homogeneous, so there are sections that do not have as much grass, and it's all wild here. And well, what else did you ask? We will get to find out about the rainforest and whether there are protected areas, so we will get to talk to the expert right now. Hello children, so we're here with an expert to tell us more about the rainforest. More expert than I am, of course. I'll just start with your question. So you asked whether they cut down the trees here. So do they cut the trees in the rainforest?
They do. I can't say here because this is Corcovado National Park Reserve. So you can't cut trees in the reserve in the park without special permission. Some of those are dead trees they remove for various reasons, but live trees, no, and there are a very specific number and types, species of trees you can and cannot cut. Some can be cut for commercial purposes, some can be cut to be used on your property, your own, to be used here. But no, it's typically not. The goal is to preserve the rainforest, and to do that you need to start with the trees, because that's the life, that's the forest. Those trees are the forest life. So without the trees, you don't have the birds, the amphibians, the insects, the things that need those trees to survive, including us. The oxygen is produced by us.
So this brings me to the second question of whether there are protected nature reserves here in Costa Rica.
In Costa Rica, there are. For as small as the country is, there are 24 nature reserves and national parks. A number also other nature reserves and protected areas like this is Reserve Park. So the park itself is 144,000 square hectares, but there are also 100,000 hectares outside the park protected. So yes, there are. They've gone through great strides to protect the national parks, to protect the country, what's left of it. Because about 10% of the forests are left in Costa Rica. 90% have been logged off over the last 150 years. So this 10% is large, very large. It's huge. The Corcovado is the most notable, largest area of them all. It's huge.
Hey everyone, so we had to cut the interview short because there's some issues with electronic devices in the rainforest. Well, the iPhone doesn't really like the humidity and the heat, and I guess that's one of the things we have to deal with here when it comes to how it feels to live in the rainforest, as you asked. But apart from that, it's very exciting here, and I brought you to my favorite spot in the rainforest, which is where the rainforest meets the Pacific Ocean. And the beach here is really beautiful, and as I said, the weather here is ideal for the beach all year round, even during wet season. Now, just to end this video, some of the other things you asked about, for example, what the rainforest is famous for. Well, an example is the trees here. They're the tallest trees in Central America. So that's one thing I know, and of course the different animals. We've already talked about some. Here I have a friend of mine, that's Fiona, and that's a dog. So people here also have their pets. And then there's the local food here that's so exciting. We eat so well, and we also get to eat tropical fruits such as papaya and pineapple and watermelon, coconut, lots of coconut. I don't know if you can see any coconut trees here, but there are a lot. And finally, there are waterfalls. I love the waterfalls here, and that's another very special place for me, apart from the ocean. And when we did go to do some waterfall rappelling, we actually did meet a lot of dangerous animals too, as you asked. For example, some crocodiles or some giant crows, snakes too. But they don't really engage as long as you do not engage with them. So they are just minding their own business. They're used to having people around, but of course you should be careful. They are dangerous animals. So it has been a pleasure to do this video for you, and I hope to see you soon. Maybe we can arrange like a Skype conversation where you can ask me more questions or more clarification on what I said. So